it with Ty Richardson.
You should know this.
And Tommy Kraft.
Don't say, well, I'm going to wait for it to warm up, or I'm going to wait for this, or I'm going to wait for conference play.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hey, welcome in to a Fastbreak Friday edition of the Morning Rush, brought to you by QC Kinetix. So I did not realize until this morning it was Friday the 13th. And you said a few things, Tommy, have already gone wrong. The Zoom was having issues.
Yep.
The school line was a mess.
Yep.
And is that a product? Is that a byproduct of Friday the 13th, or is that just having a bad Friday? Which is it?
I haven't broken any mirrors. I haven't walked under any ladders. I haven't had any black cats pass in front of me. So I'm just going to chalk some of this up to technology and people being stupid. I don't think it's a product of Friday the 13th, because we need the rest of this day to go great, and we need things to go great tonight in Arlington as the Hogs take on Oklahoma State, and then none of this needs to carry over into Marcus. There's going to be some folks out there, and some of you guys listening, that you need Friday night to go well, because it's Valentine's weekend as well. So you don't need things to be off kilter on a Friday the 13th.
This is a fun time of year, similar to November in football and basketball season. You got basketball starting up, baseball and basketball intersect, so it's a good time for Razorback fans, being that both teams are really good. Mm-hmm. And you'll have a good competition this weekend, not only in Dallas, but also hopefully in Bud Walton Arena tomorrow night. Not to the same caliber that you heard in our open. Number one team in the country came in here in 22, you beat them. 99 team came in as number two in the country, you beat them. I've been told, now, I don't have a first-hand experience of both accounts, but I've been told that is the loudest Bud Walton has ever been. 1999, senior night, Arkansas pounded Auburn 104-88. So I hope that there's someone listening here and that can get us via the Lewis Automotive Group hotline at 877-377-6963. That was it. Attendance for both games that could give us reason or rationale why one was better than the other.
I don't know how it would be. What year was it we rushed the floor and beat number one Auburn? Was that
22?
22? I couldn't remember the season. I can't imagine it being any louder than that night.
It was loud all
Qualls
night.
with the dunk at the buzzer, that moment was probably as loud a moment as you would have. But, there's been a lot of good ones. It is a Fast Break Friday brought to you by QC Kinetix. 40,000 people can't be wrong. So before you go through knee replacement, before you have hip surgery, before you go under the knife, talk to my friends at QC Kinetix. 40,000 people have been through the program at QC Kinetix and avoided long-term rehab following surgery, following months and months of pain pills and prescription pills. Don't go through all that with QC Kinetix. They can show you a way with regenerative medicine to let QC Kinetix get you back on the path of doing all the things you love. 479-999-1234. That's 999-1234 for QC Kinetix.
Ryan in Prairie Grove calls that the team of his childhood. You think about Teddy Gibson, TJ Cleveland, Derek Hood, Brandon Dean. You had Pat Bradley. I mean, that team was a lot of fun to watch. They got beat in the round of 32. I forget the opponent. And then that 22 squad, J.D. Note, Jalen Williams, Stanley Mude. I got a chance to watch the other night for the San Antonio Spurs. Traditionally, Tommy, Auburn doesn't have a ton of basketball history. They had a really good run under Bruce Pearl. Now Stephen Pearl, not as good, at least initially, through nearly the first 2/3 of conference play. But I wonder, and I asked this question yesterday, I wonder, I didn't ask you, so Auburn's lost 3 straight conference games. I know you got tattooed when you went to their place, but I think you can make an argument that Arkansas or Auburn might be more motivated for this game just based on their recent track record.
Well, but you also got to think about who's playing hot. Auburn was playing better basketball at that point in the year. I mean, obvious by their record, obvious by the way they played. It's about catching teams at the right time sometimes in this league. It's not always about, they've lost 3 in a row. They're not playing their best basketball right now. Sometimes that's a function of schedule and who you played in the last week or 10 days. But I think Arkansas is trending up. They've played Mississippi State and LSU, not 2 of the better teams, but that's breeding confidence. So I think these paths are converging at a perfect point in the season for Arkansas, and I expect Arkansas to give a little payback to Auburn tomorrow night.
Well, the reason I bring that up is because they lost that heartbreaker earlier in the week to Texas A&M, and I want to say they lost their previous game too before playing the Razorbacks. So kind of in a similar situation, albeit that game was at Auburn and you're now at home tomorrow night. But I wonder what type of Auburn team comes out. Keyshawn Hall had 30-plus against you last time. He talked about that game being personal. So curious to see what kind of impact he has on tonight. Impact that you could see next year. Dan and Alma brings this up. George Smith Jr. Supposed to decide his commitment today. Sounds like it's down between Arkansas and Duke. And Arkansas's, at least as of the last couple of days, sounds like they're in pretty good position. It's always fun to beat Duke in anything, even if it's just a commitment or a signee. We'll see if Smith Jr. ends up making that decision for the Razorbacks later on.
Let the bidding continue. But let's quit acting surprised as a fan base or nervous or anxious. I mean, you expect to be in on kids like this, right? I mean, it's almost like there's a feeling like you're going to lose this deal, somehow, and how are you even in on this? You feel lucky. It's kind of the sense I get from just listening to people that bring this up, and this isn't like an every hour conversation, but this should be the expectation now that Cal's established his program where it's at. As long as he's here, recruits like this are going to consider Arkansas. Get used to it.
Greg and Rogers, thank you. He was at both games. The 99 game at Auburn was the loudest. Chris Porter stood no chance in that game. Again, it's been detailed.
Good intel.
Yeah, it's been described as the loudest game in the history of Bud Walton. And thank you, Greg, for enlightening us on that. All right, we got a few things we're going to discuss this morning. More on Arkansas-Auburn coming up. Trinidad Chambliss sounds like he's going to be able to play this season due to that judge coming down with that. Bryant Hayes, defense coordinator, linebackers coach for Indiana, ends up winning the Broyles Award, which I know Sam Pittman, Gus Malzahn, and others were at last night at Oaklawn. Did you see where Charlie Woods is going, Tommy?
No.
Florida State. He's committed to Florida State. I was hoping it would be Arkansas, him and JD Jr. I think has eligibility left next year, but thought that would be fun to get to. Fence-Man Friday picks coming up as well, and we're going to talk a little basketball more with Kevin McPherson a little later on. Have you heard Jerome Tang from earlier this week, Kansas State coach?
I believe so.
Okay, he had quite a rant following them getting drilled by the Cincinnati Bearcats, and that is our opening drive this morning.
I'm going to honor Christ like I always do. Blessed to do this, but this was embarrassing. These dudes do not deserve to wear this uniform. There will be very few of them in it next year.
These dudes do not deserve to wear this uniform. There will be very few of them in it next year. They don't love this place, so they don't deserve to be here. Can I ask the relevant question? Who recruited these people? Didn't Tang recruit these people?
Not his first year.
Because he's been there. He's in his fourth season.
Yeah.
So he didn't inherit any of these people. So if mistakes are made, errors of judgment, they are his errors of judgment.
This is the opening drive.
Tony Kornheiser made a good point there. Now, these remaining conference games in the Big 12, if you're a Kansas State player, where's your effort going to come from?
Well, I think Tang's saying that the handwriting's on the wall for the year.
And he knows. I mean, they're 1-10 in conference. Like, even if I was trying to get inspired and maybe go on a run in the Big 12 tournament in Kansas City or try and finish this back half of the schedule up, at least there's a thought in my mind if I'm a K-State player. It's like, well, the coach doesn't believe in us anymore, so I guess what's the point of giving an effort? Yeah. I've heard Mick Cronin's done something similar like this, UCLA head coach, and I think about at one point in time, there was a thought out there. I don't know how truthful it was that Jerome Tang may have been Arkansas's head coach.
Yep.
That's kind of what I wanted to tie this into.
Well, but no one should know his team better than him. And he's trying to elicit a response from his players to at least close the season with a few wins to build on for next year. Maybe he has some reason that his frustration pot boiled over there, and he believes that message will maybe land. At least that's what I would hope if I'm the AD and I'm asking the question, why did we go down this path? That's the answer I would hope I'm getting, is he's trying to get a response that will rally his team for these last 3 or 4 games.
So the game earlier this week in Manhattan, which is a fun basketball arena when they're good, they lost to Cincinnati, whose coach, Wes Miller, is also on the brink of being fired this year. So it's not like you lost to Kansas or Arizona by the margin they did, which was 20-plus, I think. You got destroyed by a coach and a team that, is basically on the same level as you. That led to students putting bags over their heads, like what unfortunately we've seen in Fayetteville when it comes to the football program from time to time. At that point, the writing's not only on the wall for the players, but I would think it's probably going to be on the wall for Jerome Tane as well.
Well, and I don't know what their NIL situation is there and who their boosters are, but, you know, we know who they are here at Arkansas, and if a coach, and it's not going to happen like this, but, you know, the people that are funding your NIL are going to have some say in this as well. Is that what they want to back? And I don't know their situation there, but, you know, we think it's just down to the AD and maybe the president of the college. Now with the way we fund everything, there's other people that get a say in these matters as well. So I would imagine whoever K-State's big boosters are, they're not real happy.
So we've seen the dynamic change from player and coaches, but you bring up, I think, an interesting point. How much do you, like, boosters have always had a say, and anyone that says otherwise is foolish, but how much
a handful
more,
have a bigger say now than ever before.
How much, what degree would you say relative to in years past?
What's years past scale of 0 to 100? Give me a number.
I don't know. Maybe they had like a 50% say. Is that too high?
I think that's too high.
That's too high? Okay.
I think maybe like 20. And now it's like 110.
Okay.
Because an AD doesn't have very many options on where to go to get NIL money, to get extra money. And when you got 2 or 3 sugar daddies, you're going to keep them sugar daddies happy. So
that's the situation there. Well, that is what's going on in Manhattan, Kansas. What was thought to be at one time potentially Arkansas's head coach. Listen, the football program's already been what it was. I don't think we could stomach a bad basketball program too.
All right, that's your opening drive. It's brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions, who Jackie is licensed in Arkansas and Oklahoma. So if you need help, whether it's a car wreck you've been involved in, a slip and fall case, or divorce is on the horizon, Jackie can help you develop the right strategy. In car wreck cases, slip and fall cases, deal with insurance companies. In family law matters, deal with the other attorneys on the other side to get the proper filings, and got over 13 years of experience doing all of this. Again, Oklahoma and in Arkansas, licensed in Arkansas and had an office in Fort Smith for over a decade. Been in Oklahoma just a few years now, but with an office, but been licensed there for years. So see Jackie just across the street from the courthouse in Sallisaw in Sequoyah County, but good anywhere in Oklahoma and Arkansas as well. Their office is located in Fort Smith. 479-769-1505. Easy to afford down payments, flat fees you can understand, monthly payments you can afford. Go to mocklegalsolutions.com. That's mocklegalsolutions.com, or again, 769-1505 for Jackie Mock with Mock Legal Solutions.
Our buddy Brandon here is from the Fence Man's with us now. I got our Fence Man Friday picks coming up. Do you have Valentine's Day locked in? I saw a picture of you and your wife in Nashville the other day, which will be next month. Are we doing
Yes, sir.
anything?
Yeah, we got a couple plans.
Okay.
We got some plans. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Oh, good.
Main thing, for a lot of people, can you check the babysitter box? That's the big thing this weekend is the babysitter box.
All comes in handy there.
Okay, there you go.
Big time.
All right, let's get into our Fence Man Friday picks, hear how we did last week, and set up some college basketball for this weekend.
And the idea that you're just going to roll into sleepy little Starkville and come out with a 20-point win, to me, is just naive. So I'm going to go with the Razorbacks.
Of course, I'm going with the Hogs.
I'm going to go with the Razorbacks as well. Auburn is at home, and they are favored by 1.5.
Give me Auburn and the points.
I'll take Alabama in this game.
I was thinking Alabama as well. I am going to say that Tennessee comes into Ruff Arena and takes care of the Wildcats in this one.
I'll take the Wildcats.
Yeah, it was a big boost for Kentucky. I think they're going to cover the points too.
Patriots and Seahawks.
I like the Patriots.
Yeah, I can't go with the Patriots.
I've also got the Seahawks in this one.
All right, so what was the line when y'all picked that Arkansas Mississippi State game?
Wasn't out yet, but I think we estimated it at like 6.
Okay.
I mean,
and they won by 20.
yeah,
88
I didn't
to
think they would win by 20. I did think the Hogs would win, but obviously I was way off on the way that game was going to
20
play out.
points against State and then 28 against LSU. Didn't necessarily.
And you know what? If we'd have had the full injury information at that point, we'd have felt even stronger in our takes. Knowing, hey, Knox, Wagner out? No way, and it'd been even more wrong.
Well, we'll pick that game tomorrow coming up. Arkansas, we do have the line out from Bet Saracen, 7.5. Right now, the Razorbacks are favored.
All right.
One of the other lines that's currently out, the other two we're gonna have to kind of make up on the fly. Kentucky at Florida. What do you think that line is? I know you know, Brandon. What do you think, Tommy? You probably
Florida
looked at
minus We'll go 3.5.
They're minus 11.5.
11 and a
That's
half.
what I said. Did you see that and look?
Yeah.
I was blown away.
11.
So, like, Kentucky has won 7 of the last 8 or 8 of the last 9, and I don't understand
11.
this. So you know what that makes me believe? That they know something we don't. So
Yeah.
I'm going to take Florida in this, even though that just doesn't make a lick of sense to me.
I like
I'm gonna
your logic
I'm
there.
going to take the Gators.
So I get Kentucky and nearly a dozen?
Mm-hmm.
Give me Florida.
Okay. Yeah. The lesser of two evils.
I guess.
The lesser of two evils. Brandon.
Yeah, I think I'll go with Florida in the points
Okay.
on that.
A&M at Vanderbilt. I'm going to guess Vanderbilt is a favorite. Tommy, you set the line. What do you think they're a favorite by?
A&M at Vandy?
Yes.
I'm going to say Vandy's favored by 2.
Okay. So in that situation with the Tommy Kraft betting service, I'm going to take Vanderbilt to win that basketball game by 3 or more.
Yeah, Vanderbilt minus 2. Give me Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I think give me Vandy too.
Okay, that means A&M's going to win since we all picked Vandy.
Yeah.
Texas at Missouri. Also no line out on this one. What's the line, Tommy?
Texas minus 3.
Okay.
That sound right?
I would say Missouri's at home, so they're the favorite. But
Neither one are great.
Okay, I'll take Missouri.
I think
then.
Texas is slightly better than Missouri.
I'm gonna bankrupt your
Based
the
on
house.
net rankings and results, I would say Texas marginal favorite.
Okay, since the house set a minus 3 line, I'm gonna bankrupt the house and bet a lot of money on Missouri. I'll take the Tigers in this one.
Yeah, I think Missouri, the home team, is going to take it.
I'll take Texas.
Okay. All right, before we actually get to the line itself, first score, Darius Acuff plus 230, TB plus 275, Malik Thomas plus 300, Billy Richmond plus 550, Nick Pringle plus 750, and any other also plus 750. Those are going to be your starters tomorrow. So in knockout, even if DJ and Carter come back, I would be shocked if they inserted one of those guys in the starting lineup. So what odds would you take on who scores the first basket for the Razorbacks against the Tigers?
I want to make some money, so I'm going to go with Pringle.
Okay, plus 750.
Yeah,
for
I mean, if
Pringle.
we're going to wager, let's make some money.
A lob, a rebound, a putback.
A rebound, putback. Yeah.
I think I'll go Malik Thomas with the plus 300.
Okay, plus 300. I'm going to say Billy gets a loose ball for plus 550. So we're all going to go opposite on this one. I think there's value there as well, the way he plays. So
Give me $10 on Nick Pringle. That'd pay decent.
Yeah, $75. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
That's
Each
not-
of us do it today.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, you'd win 30, I'd win 55, and Tommy'd win 75.
Yeah.
Not a bad bet. That number's right? Plus 70, 50, plus times 10.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. I say we do it.
You got it.
Arkansas minus 7.5 against the Tigers tomorrow night. Got drilled by 20 plus last game. Tommy, what happens tomorrow?
7.5. I will take the Razorbacks. I think they win by more than that.
Yeah, I tend to think, I know that Auburn's lost those games recently, but I just think the Razorbacks are going to overwhelm them tomorrow night. I think, Auburn's still properly motivated. I just think it's going to be too much on Valentine's Day.
Yep, a little payback at Bud Walton tomorrow.
They won on Cal's birthday, and they're going to win on Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
night.
All right, those are our Fence Man Friday picks. Be a lot of date nights, I think, tomorrow night at Walton Arena. It'd be a good place to be. Hey, I don't know how much a new fence. As you get older and more mature in your marriage, a fence might make a good Valentine's Day gift. So,
Yeah, depending on if that's what the wife wants.
yeah,
You know?
782-3930. Have we run out of time on the 10% deal?
No, you still got to this weekend.
Yeah, this
Give
weekend.
me this week. Give
All
me
right,
today.
782-3936. So 10% off your fencing project, which, if you have a sizable backyard or a sizable project, you're talking a lot of money here.
Yeah, you can get you a good discount on this. Just give me a call.
All right, 782-3936. The aluminum fencing, is it still y'all still getting a lot of calls about that? To me, if I was going to put a new fence up, I'd spend the extra for that right now and know I was done.
Yeah, we get some for those, the steel ornamental fencing, stuff like that, and still everyday chain link and wood fences.
Yeah, you never have to worry about it with those with that aluminum or like I said, the particularly the steel post, even with the wood privacy that you might want.
20-year lifetime.
Yeah, custom look, custom design, never a problem with the fence man.
Yes, sir.
All right, 782-3936. See examples of the work, lots of pictures and more. The Fence Man AR, thefencemanAR.com. For the fence man, he ain't afraid of no work.
Don't forget to check us out at the home show next week.
That's
too.
right. Home show is coming up. That's right. Y'all have a lot of displays out there, and you
Yes,
can
sir.
stop by and visit and look at stuff. And,
I'll be there. Come see me.
all right.
Rest of my team.
Good. You got your booth all figured out. and how
Yeah,
to
we're
set
setting it up.
up.
We're setting it up this week. Next week.
All right. So good luck on that.
Yes, sir.
So with defensemanAR.com, we're at the home show next weekend in Fort Smith.
Yes, sir.
So this weekend, are we calling Globe Life Baumwalker South or Baumwalker Southwest? Is it just easier to say South? They used to call Reunion Arena Bud Walton South, or Barnhill South.
Hadn't put a lot of thought into it, but I do think the Razorback fans will be big in numbers there. I
There
think
is-
a lot of people will Valentine weekend in the Big D.
In Dallas, Oklahoma State, Texas Tech, and TCU all a part of this weekend, and then also Tarleton State on Monday. Going to hear from Dave Van Horn coming up. He's really excited to get Hunter Dietz back healthy, who's in your starting rotation this weekend. We'll get to our Hog update when we come back. Fast Break Friday continues next.
Fast Break Friday brought to you by QC Kinetix in Bentonville. Get back to living your life.
Steal by the Razorbacks, knocks to the other end, and a throwdown.
All right, you're all set with a coat and scarf. Bundling up?
Yeah, it's freezing out there.
Want to bundle up some wins?
Wins?
It's the $5 bundle from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. It's Powerball with Power Play, Lotto, and a free natural state jackpot ticket, all for just $5.
Wait. 3 chances for 3 jackpots for $5? Bundle me up.
Ask for the $5 bundle today. Must be 18 or older to play. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Few things in life are more important than showing up. Whether you show up for your family, friends, or teammates, it doesn't hurt to bring a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, courtesy of Beef. Itswhatsfordinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
It's so loud you can't hear the whistle.
This is the Morning Rush.
With 10 extravagant indulgences for $3 or less, Taco Bell's new Lutz value menu makes you feel Lutz. As their official Lutziers, I help when it makes you feel too Lutz. Like when you eat the delectable new mini taco salad, you don't need a mini taco salad fork. The fork that comes in the bag is fine. Just like the beefy potato loaded griller isn't bruleed, it's grilled. Just as good though. Try Taco Bell's new Lutz value menu for $3 or less today. At participating Taco Bell stores while supplies last. Price of participation varies. Tax extra.
Wave Rural Connect has some exciting news. Our service is now available in a brand new zone covering parts of Midland and Montreal. If you're along Highway 45, 252 or 253, or on Douglas Road or Slaytonville Road, you can get fast, reliable fiber internet today. Don't miss out. Visit waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Wave Rural Connect. Internet that works when you need it most.
Take your tax refund the extra mile with a road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle at Rath Auto Resources. We've been working around the clock to beef up our inventory, and we're proud to say this is our best, largest selection of road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles ever. With so many to choose from, price to sell, and back-to-back comprehensive warranty, there's no reason to settle for less. Come see why your friends and neighbors voted us the River Valley's #1 pre-owned car dealer, and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
At Arkansas Oklahoma Gas, we understand that cold weather months are about staying warm, keeping life running smoothly, and focusing on what truly matters. We also know that higher heating bills during this season can create stress, and we're here to help ease that burden. From a variety of payment options designed to fit your needs to assistance programs that provide extra support, our team is dedicated to helping you stay comfortable and worry-free all season long. Our customer care team is just a call away, or you can explore helpful resources online at aogc.com/winter. We're here for you this winter.
You will never find a boring old burger at Art's Barbecue and Burgers in Fort Smith. Try the Wild West Burger, topped with a hotline, jalapenos, and Art's hot sauce. The Brisket Burger, with tender brisket and caramelized onions on top of their hand-patted burger. Or the famous Art Attack, with house bacon, smoked ham, an onion ring, and a fried egg. There are 10 different burgers to choose from, and they're all $1 off every Saturday. Art's Barbecue Burgers and more. Rogers Avenue, next to Buddy's in Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Wood, no hits him. Allen has a wide open man. It's Childs. He's loose. He scores. Childs, please.
Well, Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
ARKNSAS.
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush.
Go Hog.
You know, we had Hunter Dietz played out there, and you're going to know Hunter Dietz before long if you don't yet. Finally, he has arrived. Came on campus, and he was nails. And he had an injury in high school that kind of went away. And we thought he was healed. He wasn't. Ended up getting hurt, got it fixed last year, just coming back. He's 100% now.
That was DVH at the First Slaughters Club talking about one of your starting pitchers this weekend. Gackle, Dietz, Fisher, don't know about Monday just yet. Guy that's been injured, I know they're excited. That was the kid, if I remember correctly, didn't like a batter's helmet like fall off and hit him in the eye or something? They had to get stitched. Wasn't that the deal?
I don't know the detail. Okay. No, I don't.
There was something in the dugout that like came off the wall and hit him or something.
I remember him. Was it him that jumped in the? No, it wasn't Dietz. That's Steel Eaves. My bad.
Okay, yeah, the Steel Eaves at the as they won the Super.
A batting helmet hitting.
There was something I remember last year, like something came off the shelf or something in the dugout, and just when you thought he was about to pitch or play or something, that it ended up not being able to. So he's been.
Was that on a Friday the 13th as well?
Might as well. And it seems like always something happens like on that. So are you superstitious on this day?
Not really. I'm not really a superstitious person. I think if you let that stuff get in your head, you manifest your own destiny.
It is weird. It's right before Valentine's, but you know.
Sure, it happens every so. Being the 13th is going to happen every 7 years, right?
Yeah.
Or 6 of 7, or you know. I don't know how leap year affects that, but anyway, it's got to happen, you know, right? It's got to rotate around. You know what today also is? My brother's birthday.
Happy birthday.
The Better Craft.
Yeah. He ain't listening. He's in Aruba. Lucky dog.
What is he doing in Aruba?
Vacation. His birthday.
Don't you make fun of people for taking off on their birthday? I've heard you make fun of birthday weeks, people taking off their birthday.
Well, that's your millennial deal. We don't have a birthday. We have a birth month, a birth week. It's my birthday week, my birthday month. That's part of this, and it's also part of this. I'm renaming the current generation too, by the way. What is the current generation's name? I mean, you're a millennial.
Which one?
Today's like teenagers.
You got is it Generation Gen Z or X? Because Z's behind me.
Change
and
it.
There's one.
We're changing it right now, officially. It's the and one generation. Everything in their life's and one, you know. They think everything's and one, you know. Every time the ball goes in the air, and one, extra. I need extra, and one.
Do the players say that?
I mean, I mean, if you had $1 for every time someone said "and one" at a basketball game, you could retire. But I mean, it permeates every ounce of their life. And one, they're the and one generation. That's my new term for them. The and one generation.
They're probably just frustrated because you missed a foul call and they hit a bucket.
It doesn't matter.
The basket.
Yeah.
You didn't
Everything is and one. So.
And that makes you probably never want to call a foul.
100%.
You know what? Okay, so there's a common rule known by some that play pickup basketball. When you say and one, that means I'm not calling a foul and I'm letting the basket or the ball play out. And if you miss it, then you say, well, I still want my. It's like I get that dynamic because I get frustrated when people say and one and they don't say foul and then they ask for the ball back.
But it's really permeates the entire generation, right? Because everything in life they want a little extra. I don't really want to do everything. Just give me the extra. I just want the cherries on top.
Pat says,
and one.
Okay,
and one,
boomer.
And one.
So is this like directed at your kids specifically?
No, just society in general.
Okay. By the way, Wyatt and Gunner, thank you for clarifying. A resistance band came off and hit him in the eye that came off the wall as he was warming up. I knew it was something quirky and weird that happened, him getting ready for a game last season, and just the luck that kid's had. So Ryan says you just got to get the call right.
It ain't about the call. It's about the attitude. Hey, you know what? Life's going to give you bad calls. You're not always going to get an and one at work. You know what? Things are going to happen. Someone's going to rear end your car. They're not going to give you an and one.
Something has happened in your life recently.
No, nothing's happened.
You to go in on
just tired of everybody wanting an and one. And one.
On this.
Hey, I did my job today. And one. Hey, I paid my electric bill and one. We all think life's full of and ones. It's not. You're going to learn that life doesn't have any and ones. Just kicks you in the groin and you move on, Is that it?
I mean, unless you have something to add.
All right, that's our morning.
You added enough.
You want me to keep going? Friday the 13th. I got plenty of material over here. All right, that's your hog update brought to you by our friends at LureNet.com. At LureNet, they've got all of the Arkansas-made brands that you want, like Rebel Yum, Booyah, and more. And if you buy $35 or more, they'll ship it to you for free. There's you an and one that you can get right now with LureNet.com. That's LureNet.com, or stop by Bass Pro Shops, Academy, Walmart, or your favorite local tackle stores all over the place, or go to LureNet.com.
I don't know if this guy's a fan of and ones or not, so let's welcome in our buddy David Ratt. David, where do you stand on where Tommy was going in just a second ago on, I guess, the youngest generation just saying and one after everything that they expect to be applauded.
They want an and one on everything in life.
Dude, I don't know if I can answer that question right. I'm gonna make somebody mad one way or the other.
Yeah. That's the joy of it. That's the joy in it, David. You get to make somebody mad.
Oh, man. No, that was a heck of a rant, dude. That was good stuff. I caught just the tail end of it, man. That's good stuff.
Well, no one's mad when they're stopping by at Rath Mitsubishi right now. You got 0% on 72 for 72 on Outlanders. Plus, I know that Road Ready certified pre-owned inventory at Rath Auto Resources is stocked up too, David.
We got a lot of good stuff going on there. Yeah. I just took a big order of incoming 26 Outlanders. So those are on the way, and they're trying to make room for those. So they got great incentives on the 25. So folks, want to look at saving a whole lot of money. I think those rebates are up to like $4,000, maybe $4,500 on top of whatever discounts we're offering. Or you could do 0% for 72 months. So we can look at both options. That's kind of what we're offering for people. Find a car you love, and we'll look at both options and see what makes the most sense for you. Folks that trade real often might make better sense to take the rebate rather than the rate. So we're looking at those options for everybody and making deals every day. So that's really exciting. We're excited about the 26 that's coming too. That's going to be really fun. They got some cool new stuff coming on that. And then, those Road Ready certifieds, that might qualify as your and one. You get a great quality car, and you still get the great, you get a little bit of warranty backing that up too, just kind of some peace of mind as well. So we got those really stocked up at both stores, both sides of the tunnel.
Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith and Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. All right, David, so we'll let you go, even though you weren't concrete on your answer on the N1, man.
I'll work on it for next time.
All right, when we return here on the Morning Rush, we've got our daily question coming up. Still got to talk about the Trinidad Chambliss news that came down yesterday. Sounds like he's going to be playing one more season in Oxford. Stay with us. It is a Fast Break Friday brought to you by QC Kinetix.
Few things in life are more important than showing up. Whether you show up for your family, friends, or teammates, it doesn't hurt to bring a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, courtesy of Beef. It's
Thanks
What's
for watching
Dinner.
us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Taco Bell's new Lutz Value Menu has so much Lutz, it's starting to go to people's heads. I'm the Lutzierge.
Which is the mini taco salad fork?
Here to help them cope. So when you try the mini taco salad, beefy potato loaded griller, or chips and nacho supreme dip, enjoy the Lutz. Just don't let it go to your head.
Yeah, bring the car around.
You know there's no valet.
Then who's getting the car?
Taco Bell's new Lutz Value Menu. 10 extravagant indulgences, all $3 or less.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush 25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
You know that stretch where football's winding down, fight nights keep rolling, and you still want action every night? That's February, and that's where MyBookie really shines. I'll bet the games, sure, but once they're over, I slide right over to the casino and keep it moving. Slots, live dealers, blackjack, roulette, same account, all in one. There's always something going on, too. Cash drops, slot tournaments, live dealer jackpots. You log in and there's action waiting. That's why I keep telling people MyBookie isn't just for game day. It's built for late nights and that post-Super Bowl hangover. Head on over to mybookie.ag now and use promo code HOGS.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they love the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill. Best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpathsocial.com.
This one may not apply to you as much, Ty, but we got a couple of married men in the studio and probably a lot of ones with significant others listening. But where does Valentine's Day rank on your list? And is it even a holiday, really? Maybe that's a separate question. But where does it rank? You know, you got Christmas you just came through. You bought a bunch of gifts. You know, where's the level of Valentine's Day and this weekend and the level of importance in the relationship calendar year? I would think Christmas, then birthdays got to be 1 and 2. Is Valentine's Day third? What is anniversary? What's more important, anniversary or Valentine's Day? Is it, I mean, like when you get old like me and you've been married 22 years next month, and none of it really matters as much as it used to, but where does it rank? Because, Christian, this might be a better question for an old married man like you.
To Big C.
What's more important, Valentine's Day or Christmas? I got to believe it's Christmas. Birthday or Valentine's Day? Got to believe it's birthday.
Yeah, Valentine's Day.
But you screw this up, and you're going to pay for it for a while.
I don't go overboard on Valentine's Day, though. I make sure, you know, she's appreciated, but I don't go overboard. I just, you know, I might buy her something nice, and then I might take her out to eat. To me, that's not overboard, but
yeah, we have a standing agreement. We don't do anything, so I'll be out doing my shopping later, just, you know, as a precaution. but we have grown past the point of big extravagant gifts or whatever. But I will go ahead and get a card and some flowers, maybe some chocolate. She's got a particular type of chocolate that she likes. But as far as expensive jewelry and big, you know, diamond bracelets, we're way past that point.
I made the mistake of forgetting my wife's birthday once.
Ooh.
So like I feel like
Hang on, how long have y'all been married?
We've been married.
You ain't been married long enough to be forgetting birthdays, big boy.
I know. It was a total, I don't know, malfunction.
Do you not have a phone with a calendar in it?
I don't know how I missed it, but it was like another day to me, and then I found out later, and I was like, "Oh,
Ty, if you had a significant other, where would this holiday rank for you?" See, because I think it's a total scam.
Like 10?
I think Valentine's Day is a total scam. It's a made up commercial holiday.
Nate says it's the celebration of a massacre.
Yeah.
What
all it massacres now is your wallet, but you know that's a whole other. Billions get spent on this day. It's a commercial holiday that I will participate in at some level. But to me, Christmas, birthdays, anniversaries come way ahead in my book of unofficial holidays. I mean, we're not getting off work for this thing, so it's not really a holiday. So
it also it falls on a Saturday, so the day before.
It's great for restaurants. It's great for the flower shops. I mean, it creates some economy, that's for sure.
Preston says, big day for business, but as a husband, it's very low on the total pole. It also depends if you're married, how much stock you put into it. I
feel like
Josefa says it's a Hallmark holiday, completely fabricated.
It's more for younger couples, I would think.
Where I screwed up is
I
asked my wife to ask me to marry me on Valentine's Day 15 years ago. So it's always going to be more than what it should be.
Well, there you go. You could double down and one. You know, you could do that.
This counts as our anniversary.
And one. Valentine's and one our anniversary.
Good luck with that. Yeah. Darren says it's a waste of money.
Let's disband it. Let's get rid of it.
Let's see. Me and my wife made the agreement on year one 30 years ago. It is, again, now I know there's significant milestones like a 25-year anniversary or 25 years. Like there are like as the male grows older, the birthdays matter less and less. You just turned 50. That was a significant birthday. Based on the couples that I've talked to that have lasted 25, 30, 50 years, those are the significant ones. But over time, would you say 22?
22 next month.
I don't know what's so significant about being 22. Like having 22 years.
21 and 1. That's what we've been married next month. So.
Pat says you sound super sour and old, an old tart today, Pop. Particularly.
Sorry. March 14th is a much bigger holiday for the guys, but I'll let you look that one up.
You've got to. It's almost like you've got to plan around it. You've got to. All right. So what night?
Is that St. Patty's Day?
Nope. Our anniversary is actually St. Patty's Day, March 17th.
Okay. What did you say, Big C? Sorry.
To me, it's more. It's like you've got to plan around it. Like you've got to be like, all right. So what day are we going out to eat? And I've got to go to the store and get that. Like, I feel like it's just another day.
It's pressure.
Yeah.
It's undue pressure. Yeah. But I'll succumm to the pressure.
You'll fall.
Chocolate turtles. That's what she likes. We'll have a box of those. And then we'll have some flowers. We'll have a card that, we'll throw away about 8 years from now. It's in a drawer. And, it'll be another great Valentine's Day.
Aaron in Ozark sent me the AI version. It originated from a mix of Roman tradition and Christian martyrdom, particularly honoring St. Valentine, a 3rd century piece executed by Emperor Claudius II on February 14th for secretly marrying couples against a ban. And I didn't know that. I knew the
sounds like some Romeo and Juliet type stuff there.
I guess. All right, that's your
people dying over love.
Well, speaking of Valentine's Day, you can play the Valentine's Day Scramble at Cart Pass Social today and tomorrow. Just call them at 479-487-3622 and tell them that you're wanting to participate today and tomorrow. First place, his and her Cart Pass Social sweatshirts, gift cards to win, and more. It's always BYOB at Cart Pass Social. 10 plus TVs. You can watch the Arkansas game tomorrow night. You can watch other college basketball games, including March Madness next month, plus the 2nd annual Masters Invitational is starting up March the 16th. Stop by and see Christian and Nate's place at 122 Grant Place in Lowell. That's Cart Pass Social, #1 indoor golf facility in all of Arkansas.
Is it Fastbreak or Fastball Friday? What did we determine today was?
I guess
we got baseball tonight. We got basketball this weekend.
Man, I
today
guess can be fastball because the season literally starts today.
It's always brought to you by QC Kinetix every Friday, 479-999-1234 in Northwest Arkansas, 999-1234. 40,000 people can't be wrong. That's how many people have underwent care at QC Kinetix and healed those achy joints that probably got you old, tired, and grouchy on a day like today. Truth is, surgery isn't always the answer. QC Kinetix is right here in Northwest Arkansas using safe, natural treatments backed by real science and treatments that activate your body's natural healing power. Safe, natural, non-surgical with no downtime. So before you go under the knife, call QC Kinetix 479-999-1234.
All right, so Ken Harrison has phoned in via the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Ken, I know you have some thoughts on Trinidad Chambliss sounding like eligible for this upcoming season.
Yes. Good morning, gentlemen. I appreciate you taking my call. I was just curious if you think now that case is more or less settled. Do you think Joey Aguilar wins his case at Tennessee?
That's a good question. I can't remember. So Chambliss's thing is he was sick. So he got a red shirt in 21, and he was sick in 22. I'm forgetting. It's down here somewhere.
Sick.
Where is this? Tonsillitis and chronic fatigue.
Sounds like mono.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't know the particulars of Aguilar's case. I've been following this one more closely. I know Tennessee's been kind of on the process of that, and it sounds like this is what I know the NCAA's. I think they've ruled against him twice. And
but again, is this how life works? I mean, in reality. Hey, you get sick. You unfortunately have a long-term illness. You can't work. Does work step in and just give you a year of retirement? We're going to and fund your retirement for the year. We're going to give you your salary for the year. Oh, that vacation time you weren't able to take because you weren't here working because you were sick. We're going to give that back to you. I mean, that's not how it works.
He paid for Aflac. You could have done that.
Well, I mean, that's what Primetime and Coach tell you.
Yeah.
You know?
I really liked watching that kid play last year. Arkansas doesn't play Ole Miss, and that team is I mean, even with the new coach and company, I would think they would be in line to potentially win double-digit games. Obviously, if you're an Ole Miss fan, you're thrilled with the results and hoping that the NCAA can appeal this, by the way. This is not done. I feel like nothing is all the way done when it comes to these type of situations. I get where
do they counterpunch here? That's a question.
And I don't know. Like what Cal has been talking about, it's like 5 years. You get 5. You can redshirt. You can transfer once without penalty. Whenever once you graduate. Chambliss just went from. It's not like he's been to 6 different schools. Ferris State to Oxford.
Does Kiffin try to get him?
Yeah, well, he got his. He got that
Levitt.
Arizona State. Yeah, he got Sam Levitt. So I don't think.
I wouldn't
so.
put it past him.
But yeah, this is gonna be because I don't think this is done.
Well, you talk about Cal talking about this the other day. I think Cal's voice and Nick Saban's voice are the 2 most important in these eligibility matters. And when they speak, other coaches listen. When they speak, administrators listen. I think it's and I know Nick Saban's not, he's obviously a television personality now, not a coach, but his voice matters, Cal's voice matters, others matter. But I think those 2 outweigh and drown out the others in the crowd, and I hope they get more vocal about this because we've got to draw something more than a line in the sand. We got to have a firm line on eligibility and when eligibility begins and when it absolutely ends because we have completely blurred and erased the line of eligibility.
And COVID happened, and you had these COVID years where everyone was just given an extra year. Well, that was in 2020,
and that seemed equitable at the time, and there was supposed to be a clear definition of it adds 1 year and that's it.
And
now we just keep extending it. It's and one, another and one,
and it feels like that was in 2020. We're now heading into the 26 calendar year where it's still off. It feels that it's still off, and because
we keep making exceptions.
Well, yeah, the Diego Pavia thing with the JUCO and the NCAA. That's why they've asked Congress to step in because I don't think they have the funds to go to all the litigation, go through the litigation and all this.
They got the funds, but what you have is a patchwork of state laws that don't make everything equal when it comes to this NIL. But what we got to do is figure out the rules, and then let's be firm, fair, and consistent with it.
That's
whatever it is. We got to get out of the exception game.
I think Tom Izzo has said something similar. Cal said something similar. Other football coaches have said something similar.
Just be firm, fair, and consistent, and then we know what we're dealing with.
Yes,
and everybody quit asking for an exception. Why your situation is worse than anyone else's. No more and ones. On this stuff. Hey, your number one source for top quality aggregates in Northwest Arkansas is APAC and Standard Materials Group. Whether it's a small residential project or large-scale commercial work, APAC has you covered. No job's too big, no job's too small for APAC and Standard Materials Group. Their construction consultant services always ensure that your job's on track and can keep you on time and on budget as well. 479-587-3300 for all your rock, asphalt, and ready-mix needs. It's APAC and Standard Materials Group, 587-3300.
Talking basketball with Kevin McPherson next.
Bruce Stanton, Vice President and General Manager of Pradco Fishing in Fort Smith. If you're going to do some cold water bass fishing, you need to be using an Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. It's the best lure for duplicating a small school of shad and can be worked from the top of the water column to the bottom. Whether you're trying to win a bass tournament or whoop up on a bunch of white bass and stripers, the Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. will catch them. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Umbrella Flash Mob Jr.
All right, you're all set with a coat and scarf. Bundling up?
Yeah, it's freezing out there.
Want to bundle up some wins?
Wins?
It's the $5 bundle from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. It's Powerball with Power Play, Lotto, and a free Natural State Jackpot ticket, all for just $5.
Wait. 3 chances for 3 jackpots for $5? Bundle me up.
Ask for the $5 bundle today. Must be 18 or older to play. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Few things in life are more important than showing up. Whether you show up for your family, friends, or teammates, it doesn't hurt to bring a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, courtesy of beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
This is the Morning Rush.
Harry Robinson Salisol Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisol.
Basketballs bounce, cheerleaders cheer, and fans are flocking to the paint store in Van Buren. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their color matching. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their help with color selection. The paint store in Van Buren shares their expert advice from 35 years of experience. If you haven't been to the paint store in Van Buren, you are missing out. How about you give them a shout next time you need some real-life help you can't get on YouTube?
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Mark your calendars and save big at the Greater River Valley RV Show going on February 12th through the 16th at Crabtree RV Center in Alma. Special show pricing and financing available on all units, new or used. Come and see our large inventory of industry-leading brands. Take advantage of the huge savings at the Greater River Valley RV Show at Crabtree RV Center, February 12th through the 16th. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Cold weather is tough on equipment. Frozen lines, slow hydraulics, unexpected breakdowns. Winter downtime costs money, but Sharp Equipment keeps your job moving. Get the equipment you need when you need it. Heavy equipment rentals, reliable repairs, and custom hydraulic hoses built fast. From on-site repairs to fast turn hoses and dependable rentals, we keep your projects moving no matter the temperature. Visit 3918 Pointer Trail East in Van Buren or call 479-649-0500. Sharp Equipment. We help you move more than just the world. We keep you moving forward.
Top CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050. COP CDL Academy.
When you need legal help, turn to the law offices of Craig L. Cook. With over 40 years combined experience, the Cook Law Team works for you. If you've been injured in an auto accident, hurt on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help with bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine. Our high temperatures this afternoon will be into the upper 60s. A chance of seeing some showers tonight. The overnight low will drop down upper 40s to low 50s, and then more wet weather on Saturday with a high in the 60s. I'm Sally Russell with the forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for wine, specialty beers, and liquor, located at 12100 Highway 71 South in Fort Smith.
KERX Paris Fort Smith, broadcasting live from the Busch Light Studios. This is the Morning Rush.
This hour of the Morning Rush is powered by Busch Light. Busch Light, the coldest and smoothest light lager there is.
They tied for the lead in scoring. A gamble and a steal by J.D. Note. The drive and a foul on Kessler will goes 1-2 from the line. Has the rebound off the mark. Loose ball control by the Hawks with 2 seconds left, and this will finish it in style. To make one is Castillius is a senior, and he's from Little Rock. And for anybody who's beaten Arkansas this year, absolutely. Derek Hood, Kareem Reed, Pat Bradley, Lance Keeley, senior night of success. Auburn knows it. The number 2 team in the country and the regular season champions, Spanx in Arkansas tonight.
Live from the Busch Light Studios. Busch. Produced by Colton Little.
It's disrespectful to me and disrespectful to the sanctity of this bit.
With Ty Richardson.
You should know this.
And Tommy Kraft.
Don't say, well, I'm going to wait for it to warm up, or I'm going to wait for this, or I'm going to wait for conference play.
This is the Morning Rush.
Tim Brando calling Arkansas basketball takes you back to 1999. We posed this question in hour number 1. What was the better game? You beat Auburn. Is it that 99 game that's been described as the loudest in Bud Walton history, or is that game 4 years ago when you beat them when they were the number 1 team in the country? Thankfully, Greg and Rogers, who was at both games, answered the question. Said it was 1999. You won't have as crazy a game tomorrow night. Arkansas is still pretty good. Auburn's not. But this has been a fun series from time to time at Bud Walton Arena, and hopefully Arkansas has a successful Valentine's Day win tomorrow night against the Auburn Tigers.
How many people doing date night tomorrow night at the ball game?
I think there's a lot. I mean, I've got several friends. It depends on how infatuated your significant other is with sports.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
or infatuated enough with you that knows, hey, he would really enjoy going to the game, so I'll go along as well. Go out and have a nice late afternoon dinner, get to the game, 7:30 start.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, finish dinner up at 6:30, get to the game. I mean, be a great setup.
I'm frankly surprised that restaurants were still like. I was talking to a friend yesterday. He booked a steak restaurant yesterday for tomorrow night, and I was just kind of taken aback. Apparently, all the Fayetteville restaurants are booked up.
Wow,
centered around the game, but there's more available in Springdale, Rogers, and Benville, Cave Springs.
So if you're not going to the game, the time to go eat would be during the game.
Yes, exactly.
Might be wide open. Hey, it's Fast Break Friday. It's brought to you by QC Kinetix. 40,000 people can't be wrong. Think about that number for a minute. 40,000 people. That's not a crowd. That's like a town here in Arkansas. It's the number of people choosing pain relief without surgery with our friends at QC Kinetix. Patients who thought they were out of options and surgery was the only answer, they're now moving better. They're hurting less, and they're getting their lives back thanks to QC Kinetix advanced regenerative treatments. And they're all over the state. You'll find locations throughout our state, but right here in Northwest Arkansas in our own backyard, they're here for you. And this is critical. The sooner you start, the faster inflammation will ease, the sooner you'll slow down osteoarthritis progression that's causing your pain, and it's important to get started now. I had a text question during the break. Is HSA and FSA funds used at QC Kinetix? Yes. You can use those at QC Kinetix. Call and find out more. 479-999-1234. 999-1234 for QC Kinetix.
You know, you can use HSA funds for a gym membership, too, because it's towards health.
Yep.
I learned that the other day. Thought that was cool.
If you're not doing a health savings account, you're missing.
Yeah, it's what, $38.50? Is that number right?
Huh?
Is that figure right? $38.50?
38
max that you can put into it.
It varies on your family and the size of that.
I think
but
for single, it's 38.
Might be, but basically you're saving 30% on taxes on that. So
way to go,
do it.
Let's bring in Kevin McPherson, Pictrail Nation, Hogville.net. Kevin, you heard some of the open there. 99 game, 2022. Were you at either of them? You got an opinion on which one was better?
I'm going to go with 2022. I thought that Auburn team in 99 obviously was really good, but I felt like that team
was going to fade at some point, and certainly the one that was number one and came in 2022. But for me, that one is bigger because Arkansas was better. And you were getting toward the end of the Nolan Richardson era in '99. That was a good team, but it just didn't have the same feel that it did when he had his big run, and you felt like something was really brewing. In 2022, Arkansas was, I think it was the year after. It was the year after Arkansas went to the first Elite Eight, and they were building another Elite Eight team.
Yeah,
and if you remember, they had some, and they had some huge wins in there. So the energy for the program in 2022 was on another level at the time because Arkansas was back. They were back, and they were relevant. Some of Nolan's teams were still good in the late 90s, but they just didn't have the same swagger they once did. I'm going to go with 2022, guys. You get people say, well, that's recency bias. I remember that 99 game. I just think there was more around it that put more charge into this last one.
So, Kevin, where does this team fall in the mix? I mean, you mentioned Coach Richardson's teams, obviously 94, 94, 95, Coach Sutton's as well in 78. This team has one of the best point guards that's ever graced a facility in Fayetteville. How strong do you feel about this team potentially going on a postseason run?
Well, I wasn't feeling great about it up until recently, and even the Kentucky loss at home. Arkansas's just got to be more consistent defensively. We've seen two outstanding defensive performances. I take it they were on the road, which also Arkansas's turned around its away from home, fortunes of late. But the teams, the quality of the teams, Mississippi State, LSU, they're kind of bottom of the barrel down there. So I'm not sold yet. Offensively, Arkansas's got a Final Four kind of team. Defensively, if we're being honest, that's going to be a hang-up. But they may be improving on it. 3 of their last 6 games, they've held opponents below 70 points. They just weren't doing that against anybody, even when they were winning. They were giving up 80, 85, 90, and now they're starting. So Vanderbilt at home was one of those, a quality team. And so I think if it's trending better defensively, yes, this team has the talent. They've got the length, the athleticism, the skill. They got all those goodies. They just need to be better consistently defensively, and they're going to have a real test. Auburn's the best opponent they've played since Kentucky, a couple of weekends ago, and so this is going to be this to me will be another measuring stick. You look at Auburn's record: 14-10, 5-6. That team's lost some close games. One on the road against Florida, so we know this team can win on the road. Played Houston within a point. We saw what Houston did to Arkansas, and then all we got to do is look back the first time these teams played early in SEC, and it's Arkansas's worst loss of the season. So Auburn has got its own depth of talent inside and out. This is a really good matchup, and then the other question mark would be Arkansas's availability, and it seems like 2 years in a row now, the more attrition Arkansas faces, in some ways the better they've gotten, which seems kind of odd to me. It's never a great formula to think, okay, we're going to go shallow on depth and rotation building, and if we have injuries, we're just going to get better. That does not seem like a formula for success, but so far so good.
So that leads me into my next question. What do you know about DJ Wagner and Carter Knox and their availability, and when will we see them next again on the floor for the Razorbacks?
I wish I knew the answer to that, and I'm like everybody else waiting to see that injury report that the SEC puts out. It's been back-to-back games with those guys out. You hear different things behind the scenes. I hope one or both are available. I know Arkansas, again, has the less is more. Some Calipari said that coming into this season after what we saw last year, and again, we're seeing it kind of play out again, but I don't know that you want to continue to roll that way, especially when the competition gets stiffer, which it is. I mean, after Auburn, you go on the road to play Alabama in your next game in the midweek, so these are 2 tough opponents. I prefer more hands on deck if you can get them. We know Malik Ewan took a shot and got stitches. I'm assuming they're going to figure out a way to make sure he's on the court. By the way, Arkansas lost 95-73 at Auburn. Again, the worst. They did everything wrong. Auburn did everything right. But the one silver lining, if there was one, was Malik Ewan got his first double-double at Arkansas in that game. So maybe there's something there in that matchup that you really want to make sure he's available.
Yeah, and I asked this next question with the idea of being a top 4 seed in the SEC tournament and maximizing your seed in the postseason, to a 5 or a 6. Can you afford to lose a home game if you don't steal a win on the road at either Florida or Bama?
I think if Arkansas loses a home game and also does not win at Florida and Alabama, they're at best going to be a 6 seed.
Yeah, they need to split those road games, ideally, to maximize their opportunity.
Yeah, I think they do. If they split those road games and win what's left at home, I think Arkansas will, at minimum, I think that would be good enough to put Arkansas in the conversation even for a 4 seed with the potential to grab a 3. I think, you'd say, well, they probably need to win out to get a 3, but you might be able to afford one more loss and then dominate in the SEC tournament. Sometimes postseason conference tournaments don't do a whole lot to move the needle, but I think if you only lost one more regular season game and then put the hammer down in that tournament, you might just work yourself up to a 3. But realistically, Arkansas has been trending kind of high-end 4 or 5 seed, and so they'd have to, they need a big road quad 1 win in this league, I think, at least. And if you split Alabama, Florida, and win the rest, you've got a chance. There might be a path to get as high as a 3, but 4 feels like the ceiling right now.
Yeah, for what it's worth, Arkansas is 20th this morning on the most recent net ranking. They were at 19, dropped in the algorithm somehow, but 20th gives you the idea that 3's not out of reach. I mean, net ranking and everything, but right now that puts you as a 5 seed.
Yeah, I think, but again, I think some of these home games, like Auburn's 31st in net, and so they're just a spot out of being another quad 1 win for Arkansas. And we don't know how the dust will settle because there's still 7 games to go for everybody. And maybe Auburn can climb the top 30, and if you win that game, that becomes another quad 1 win. You just got to keep stacking wins. The strength of the league is not where it was last year. Most of these home games are going to be quad 2 games, including Auburn for now. And so I think that's the case for what's left. So you're going to have to get, So yeah, I think it becomes about math at some point, and so you just got to keep winning. Really, I think Arkansas again could afford one more loss and still have a path to a 4, and maybe if they had one more loss and put the hammer down in that postseason tournament, SEC tournament, they'd have a shot at a 3.
The Schaeferian view on this would be that all 6 of your losses on the season are quad 1 losses. You haven't lost a game outside of a quad 1. So if you really want to talk and toe the company line, and that to me is the best the best light you can shed or shine on this season is, hey, we haven't had a bad loss at all. They're all quad 1 losses at this point.
That's right. That's one of the positives. Arkansas has turned around its fortunes away from home. Now 4-3 in true road games. That's part of that's part of what's baked into the analysis. So you got a winning record away from home, 5-5 when you throw in neutral site games. That's all fine and dandy. And like you said, they're all quad 1 losses. Arkansas's 4-4 against ranked teams. Played a tough schedule, and non-conference Arkansas didn't back away or shy away from loading up against quality and teams they played to build this resume. But I do think we've seen Arkansas teams start so slowly in SEC play. We haven't been talking about for years an Arkansas team this deep having a chance to win a league title. And the league's still strong enough, not as good as last year, but that'll carry some weight if Arkansas not only gets one of those double byes as a top 4 seed, but if Arkansas is 1 or 2 in this league, I think that'll carry a little more weight with the committee as well, just from a perception standpoint. So we just need to see one thing, guys, and I like to keep a level playing field when it's necessary, not just to do it for the sake of it. 8-3 in the league, Arkansas has only really played 5 quality opponents so far, and they're 2-3 in those games. They got 2 wins against LSU. They've beaten South Carolina, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, and Mississippi State. Those are the other 6 wins. Those are all what those teams have in common. Those 5 teams is that they're at the bottom of the SEC. So it gets a little tougher now. We know that, and now this is where I think Arkansas's really got to prove its point that it belongs with a higher seed than where it's currently projected right now.
Kev, does an SEC get a 1 seed? I feel like Florida's the only one that has a shot.
Yeah, man, I right now I don't see it. Florida would probably need to win out and have some other teams fail, and maybe there's a pathway there for the Gators. I don't see anybody else having a shot at that, and I think it's more likely not to happen for Florida than it happening.
You were talking about Arkansas's potential 4-5 seed, maybe a 3. And you mentioned Arkansas's record on the road versus at home. I know they played some neutral sites as well. Do you think it'd be better for this team to go play initially in Buffalo or San Diego, or if they could end up in St. Louis or Oklahoma City? What do you think would help this team? The team, not fans, the team.
Yeah, Arkansas having success in postseason despite struggles in league play. They've played it. It seems like on the extreme coast, right? It's either all the way to the East Coast or all the way to the West Coast, and not a whole lot in between. I think it would be better for the team. Man, I'd love to see Arkansas closer to home, Oklahoma City. Let it become some almost a home court advantage. There's just there might be some good mojo with something like that, but you just never know. Matchups matter. Who knows how healthy Arkansas is? Remember, Arkansas went in the NCAA tournament with both of its leading scorers, in theory, done for the season. And then we saw both of them try to make a comeback. We'll see where this team is health-wise, but there are a lot of things that go into it. But just as far as region, I'd love to see Arkansas play closer to Fayetteville. And in the past, those kinds of things have mattered and helped Arkansas in some of their Final Four run.
Mm-hmm. You know how we always get frustrated when you felt like Kentucky or another blue blood school got the benefit of the doubt when it came to seed lines? JT asked a good question. Could that actually help Arkansas? I mean, you got the number 3 most watched team since January. Calipari's your head coach. Could the Cal effect actually help the Razorbacks when it comes to maybe getting a seed line just because of the viewership and what he brings to the table?
I don't know. I don't know about that. Maybe there's something to that. I do know that the committee had a lot of fun with putting him and Bill Self and Rick Pitino into each other's crosshairs last year, and they made it they sent Arkansas out east where that's where Calipari's from. Pitino, those are East Coast guys and their pedigree, and of course Bill Self thrown in there. So they do things for different reasons. So I do think they get intrigued by big name coaches, and so maybe there's something to that. Maybe if all other things are equal, some of the teams you're jousting with for a seed line, maybe that's the kind of thing that they want. They see ratings, or they see they want to add to the splendor of it. So maybe there's something there.
7:30 tomorrow night. I would guess the building's cram jam full. Date night, Valentine's night. I got to believe that building's going to be worth 5 or 6 points at Bud Walton tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, that's right. Arkansas did not come out like it should have against Kentucky. That place was charged, but Arkansas had been perfect at home up to that point. So let's see if Arkansas has the revenge factor in play. Home crowd energized, wants to have a good showing after really, if you go before the Kentucky game, Arkansas was sluggish against LSU, had to trail for most of that game. And then we saw what Arkansas did to prove a point against LSU in its last game. So I'm looking for an Arkansas team to not only come out charged, but to take care of business and prove a point at home.
And I like the fact you played Tuesday. You had the rest of this week to get ready for this game. You play Saturday night, and you don't play again till Wednesday evening on the road at Alabama. You can maximize the time off in between games these last couple of games.
Yeah, it's good for the legs. It's good for instruction and preparation, but especially when you have injuries, it gives you a better chance of maybe overcoming some of that stuff and getting guys back and ready.
All right. Kevin, great stuff. Always good to talk some hoops with you, and we'll catch up again before the season's out.
Great to be with you guys. Thank you for having me on.
All right, Kevin McPherson, he's with Hogville, and you can read his stuff there at hogville.net. Brought to you this morning by Vici Aesthetics and Wellness. If you're looking for a provider that can help you with a personalized weight loss plan, that not only helps you lose the weight, but also peptide therapies that can make you feel better, can provide you more energy, can increase your metabolism, promote healthy aging. They've got the remedies for all these things that as we get older just seem to slow down on their own naturally. Losing weight becomes harder once you pass 40, once you pass 45, once you pass 50. There's help now. With things like tirzepatide and semaglutide and other options that can be customized based on your biologic makeup, based on your blood work, based on your lifestyle to help you lose those pounds with a little extra help. Vici Aesthetics and Wellness can do that for you. The peptides like NAD+, that's the one I'm using, or Samorlin or glutathione that promote healthy aging and increased metabolism, can boost your energy. Can be one of those things that certainly make you look better and feel better, as we all would like to age a little more gracefully, I guess, so to speak. And here's the deal. Since we're partnering with Vici Aesthetics and Wellness, we're going to extend those savings on to you. You get 10% off when you mention the Morning Rush and ESP in Arkansas. And you don't have to live in Northwest Arkansas to utilize the great services at Vici Aesthetics and Wellness. If you're in Arkansas, Oklahoma, or Missouri, telemedicine appointments are available. You can come to the clinic. You can do blood testing, and they'll set that up wherever you're at as well, or you can do it there in the office if Springdale and Northwest Arkansas is convenient for you, and they'll customize this plan to make it maximize the benefits for you. This all sounds good. Here's where you start. Phone call 479-343-8424. If you're still not convinced and you want to know more, go to Vici Aesthetics and Wellness.com. VICI, Vici Aesthetics and Wellness.com, or you can call my friends at 479-343-8424. I'm down about 22, 23 pounds, depending on the day. And I'm looking to get about 7, 8, 10 more pounds off and get that thing, over 30 pounds of lost weight. You can do it too. 479-343-8424 for Vici Aesthetics and Wellness.
We had some reaction earlier to Trinidad Chambliss being eligible now for this season. We'll hear what the judge had to say about that coming up. Plus, look at the standings of the Southeastern Conference and games this weekend. The Morning Rush rolls on. Fast Break / Fastball Friday continues next.
Fast Break Friday brought to you by QC Kinetix in Bentonville. Get back to living your life. Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas. More than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacale.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner. Taco Bell's new Lutz Value menu has so much Lutz, it's starting to go to people's heads. I'm the Lutzierge.
Which is the mini taco salad fork?
Here to help them cope. So when you try the mini taco salad, beefy potato loaded griller, or chips and nacho supreme dip, enjoy the Lutz. Just don't let it go to your head.
Yeah, bring the car around.
You know there's no valet.
Then who's getting the car?
Taco Bell's new Lutz Value menu. 10 extravagant indulgences, all $3 or less.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
You know that stretch where football's winding down, fight nights keep rolling, and you still want action every night? That's February, and that's where MyBookie really shines. I'll bet the games, sure, but once they're over, I slide right over to the casino and keep it moving. Slots, live dealers, blackjack, roulette, same account, all in one. There's always something going on, too. Cash drops, slot tournaments, live dealer jackpots. You log in and there's action waiting. That's why I keep telling people MyBookie isn't just for game day. It's built for late nights and that post-Super Bowl hangover. Head on over to mybookie.ag now and use promo code HOGS.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
Whatever you need, come see us at Joshua's Fine Jewelry in beautiful downtown Russellville.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight.
We're about the toughest there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hawks have finally climbed the hill. It's the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
Trinidad Chambers has demonstrated based on the evidence presented that he is entitled to an additional year of eligibility to the University of Mississippi, and the NCAA has failed in its argument to withhold that right. Injunction is necessary to prevent irreparable harm in Trinidad. So ordered and judge decreed this the 12th day of February 2026. Robert Q. Whitman, Chancellor. That's the rule of the court.
The applause. Trinidad Chambliss has been granted another year, his 6th season.
And one!
And
one.
Judge Robert Whitwell. So I mentioned the biggest thing for me with Charles Bediako not being able to play the rest of the season. You play him next Wednesday. You don't play Trinidad Chambliss this season. Still, I think there are fans outside of Mississippi that are frustrated and angry about this. We had a question earlier from Kenneth Harrison. How does this affect the Joey Aguilar decision for the Tennessee Volunteers and their quarterback who played last year, who's seeking, it's not the exact same situation, but seeking another year of eligibility.
Now, he's asking because of an illness. Isn't that right?
What is it called? Tonsillitis.
Tonsillitis. Very uncommon. Never heard of that.
I threw away the old The old one, one of the rundown sheets I had. There was two things.
But it was based on illness and missing time for illness, right?
I had a normal redshirt year in 21. Wow. Apparently in 22 was sick. So
that's just a rule that's been made up. Like all of a sudden you can go back and play because you were sick. I mean, there's got to be a stop to this.
And one, yeah. I mean, I don't know. We've got to just clearly define when eligibility begins and then when it ends. And we keep blurring and moving the goal. We keep blurring the lines, moving the goal line on this thing. It's the COVID hangover. I mean, we brought this up before. You brought it up earlier in the show. It all ties back to COVID. We were a lot more rigid. And then COVID, we've just eliminated all the rules. Yeah.
Transfer portal.
We've just
this.
Eligibility is like the foundation of the rule book, right? What defines eligibility? I mean, we've thrown the word amateur out. Forget amateur status and all that nonsense. That doesn't even matter anymore. But we have to have a clearly defined eligibility period.
Let's try and put ourselves in Ole Miss fan shoes and in the shoes of Pete Golding and everyone else. This was our guy, and we had just had a season like that. Wouldn't we be trying to do the exact same thing?
Yes.
Right?
I'm just talking in general. Take Chambliss out of this. Collegiate athletics, professional, amateur, or whatever we want to define it. Now, we have to have clearly defined an eligibility term. It's from this age to this age. It's this many years over this many years, which has historically been 5 years to play 4. Now we just keep blurring the line, and we've always had kind of medical hardship, and when someone missed a year beyond their redshirt year because of extenuating circumstances due to a real injury, that who was the guy? Cody Walker, was that? Am I remembering right?
That's correct.
He had 6 years here because he didn't play in 6 years. Now we let redshirts play 4 games. I'm okay with that because it's fair and even across the board. But we're getting to a point where now we're just going to play in 6 seasons. And then it becomes 7. Then it will become 8. And we just keep adding an and 1 to everything. We've got to clearly define eligibility and stick to it. Fair, firm, and consistent.
Yeah, but here's the deal on that. If the NCAA is saying, hey, our hands are tied, we made the decision, we said he couldn't play, and then he did a roundabout way, what are they supposed to do? I mean, they've asked for Congress to get involved. Congress has other things.
The judges need to know what the rules are.
The judges don't care because these are partisan judges. I mean, you think you couldn't get a judge somewhere in Arkansas to rule someone eligible?
Well, that's what. Yeah,
we got to get the judges out of this. And here's what the NCAA or the SEC or the Big 12 or the Big 10 can do. Fine, that may be a judge's order, but we can still determine. Hey, we don't count those wins as valid.
And I don't know. I think one of the questions I have, so Roger Goodell, for example, has a power within the National Football League that is, he can just do whatever he wants at times for the betterment of the league.
Yeah.
And that's probably not the correct way to phrase it, but if I'm Greg Sankey, now Chambliss is attractive from a watchability standpoint. He's attractive because he brings up the ratings for Ole Miss and other things. But if he truly doesn't want stuff like this to continue to occur, could he not, as the commissioner of the conference, put his foot down and say he's not going to play?
And he did get involved in this Bediako situation finally.
People don't want to go to the NFL anymore because I think
the money's guaranteed at college.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's the bird in the hand.
No one wants to go to the NFL because I think he'd be a first round.
Think about it. You're the most popular guy on campus versus and not that NFL quarterbacks aren't popular, but I don't know if he'd slide right into a starter. He's a backup or third string quarterback. Or maybe he's better.
The job's a lot more difficult at the NFL level. Yeah. Keeping your job's a lot more difficult at the NFL level. HR guy, clearly one of old Uncle Tommy's favorites here on the Morning Rush, getting after me on the Lewis Automotive Group text line saying this boomer mindset I have. This isn't a boomer mindset. I mean, everything comes down to clearly defined eligibility. Here's what counts. Here's what doesn't count. We have these blurred lines on when it ends. It's pretty clear on when it begins. But we have this blurred line and sports are supposed to be about a level playing field, right? Everybody starts at the same start line, and then we determine the winner on who can get to the finish line first. Isn't that what competition in life is supposed to be about? And you earn the edge.
Pulling out the life card.
Well, I mean, but isn't that what it's supposed to be about?
You act like I'm disagreeing with you.
No, I mean, HR guy take me to task. That's fine, but it's not a boomer mindset. It's not an old way of thinking. It's supposed to be a level playing field from the get-go. Not everybody looking for every loophole in the world. Close the loopholes. That's what I'm saying. Clearly define it, make no loopholes available, and let's move on.
Not every boomer mindset, like not everything that boomers say is wrong. You know, some of the stuff they say
because
is
we've taken our lumps.
But they know, like I'm saying, like if there was a clear established rule, we wouldn't have to be fighting this. I mean, it would be even, like you said.
Trying to correlate this line of thinking is why we're dead last.
HR guy, there's a lot of other reasons Arkansas is dead last.
I don't know that that's it. You know,
not trying to get a 6-year guy eligible, I think is far down the list. All right, enough on the
now. If we had one, should we try?
Yeah.
In today's environment to get an eligible,
and that's
100%.
That's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is the loopholes need to be closed to everyone.
Yeah.
Ole Miss, Tennessee, Arkansas, all of them need to just clearly define eligibility when it ends. And I don't, is it an age deal? Is it a year's deal? Is it you've already been drafted? You already chose to enter your name into a draft? I don't care what you come up with. Let's just come up with a set of definitions and be fair, firm, and consistent on how we enforce it.
Okay. All right, continue on your SEC update. Arkansas, after Wednesday night, is in third place. You're technically 8-3 along the likes of Kentucky, but they've got the tiebreaker of you. Important games. You think about Arkansas, and Kevin alluded to it earlier in the show. So when you think about some of the top teams in this league thus far, kind of the front half, Florida, still on your schedule, number one team. You lost to Kentucky, you're tied with. So if y'all finish out the same record, they're going to be the second seed. You beat Tennessee, who's right behind you. You've got Alabama next week, who's right behind you at 7-4. You beat Vanderbilt, who's 7-4, right behind you. And you've got Missouri, who you'll play at home first, and then next Saturday, and then you'll play on the road the final game of the season. So again, the final remaining games of your schedule, you've got 1, 2, 5 games against the top 7 of the competition when you include games twice. So that's
need to win
a couple
of those.
Excuse me.
Well, you got to beat Missouri twice just based on where they're at in the net. It's not
where
going to be.
They at in the net?
Let me look. It's like 63 or something like that. But let me look again. But
7-4 in the league again. Missouri, Vanderbilt, Alabama, and Tennessee all tied at 7-4. You beat the Commodores
now.
Okay, you beat the Commodores. You beat the Vols. But again, on the road, that's a top. That's a quad.
Right, but I'm just saying, as far as net rankings, where does Texas line up? But in terms of net rankings, you really need to beat the team that's last on your remaining schedule. If you want to, and I'm just talking about, this team's going to the tournament. It's not about getting into the not trying to play your way into anything. You're just trying to maximize your opportunity at this point.
Yeah, protect the seat like Cal's talking about. All right, last thing, as far as the games go this weekend, A&M's at Vanderbilt, Kentucky's at Florida. That game's 11.5 point difference, at least on the Bet Saracen app. Georgia at Oklahoma, LSU at Tennessee, Mississippi State at Ole Miss, Auburn, again, coming here to Fayetteville, South Carolina against Alabama, and Texas at Missouri.
A&M, the second worst team left on your schedule in terms of net. Doesn't feel that way, though, does it? That A&M would be.
Who did they lose to earlier this week? I think they've lost 3 of 4.
They're outside the top 40 now. They're 43rd, but anyway, that's. But you're right. Florida's at 7. Play them. Alabama's at 21. Arkansas's third in this league in the net ranking. So protect protect. And that's not everything, but it's a key indicator. All right, that's the SEC updates brought to you by Valley Urgent Dental. Why wait till Monday for your dental emergency at Valley Urgent Dental? We know that your pain can't wait, so why should you wait on your dentist to get back in the office? Broken tooth, painful infections, sports injuries, they've got you covered. Dr. Kendall Roberts and Dr. Doug Terry are always there when you need them the most, and that might be this weekend. 479-235-5655 is their number. 235-5655, Valley Urgent Dental, available on the weekends when your dentist is closed.
All right,
Valley Urgent Dental, 5505 Uper Lane, right behind Golden Corral. Don't wait. Your smile deserves immediate care with Valley Urgent Dental.
Let's talk to Brent, who's in Searcy here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Brent, good morning.
What's going on, Tommy?
Hey,
How
good morning.
You guys?
Good.
Can y'all help me with this question?
We'll do our best.
Well, can you explain to me why we are in the top 5 baseball programs in the country,
Mm-hmm.
and how come we're playing in a tournament? I love the tournament, but it's on Flow Sports, and that is the absolute worst app to ever watch a sporting event on.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's going to be on your regular TV this weekend?
What's going to be on my regular TV?
College basketball, right?
Right.
All right. So there's no place to really put it because the SEC network got college basketball all day and all weekend. Could you do a select game or two if the SEC network wanted to get involved? Yes, but it's got to make business sense for ESPN. It's got to make business sense for the league to do these type of games. I hear you because no one likes Flow Sports. I mean, your complaints are well founded, but there's just really no place to put it because it may be college baseball season, but it's not as far as TV executives and league schedulers are concerned. So
I get it, but you would think Flow Sports would improve themselves. You know what I mean?
They've gotten better.
It has gotten better from where we started with this 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, that's true.
They used to have one camera and you could barely tell the score, on the screen. Now it's like a real production.
Well, that's true. And is the basketball game tomorrow night? That's 7:30, right?
Yes.
Am I right?
You're correct.
Okay. Well, we'll knock Auburn all the way back to Auburn, Alabama.
That's the hope.
We owe them one because they kind of kicked our tail up between the shoulder blades down there.
Oh, they sort of yes they did. We got a good piece of it. We took a good.
They opened up a can on us, yeah. So we owe them one.
Yes, sir. Well, y'all have a great weekend.
All right, thank you, Brandon. But I hear the complaint, but you're at a point where the hands of the network executives, people deciding what goes on what channel and what and where. There's no room for college baseball right now. Could there be a better streaming app? Perhaps. Could SEC Network Plus go down there and do some of these games for Arkansas? Perhaps, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. And you've got games, you think, well, you just go do another deal. You just go down there and do that and the back. Well, a lot of times those cameras and the infrastructure that you would use for that, it's in Fayetteville being used for the Auburn game because a lot of these, even on ESPN, ESPN2, they don't bring in they use a lot of the same crew that's on campus there. Same control room, same fiber, all those things. So there's not duplicate infrastructure to do these kind of productions. But your idea is well-founded there, Brent. I know this. All the games this weekend are going to be available on the Oaklawn Sports app. So if you want to have a little fun with the games, whether it's the basketball games, the baseball games, Oaklawn's going to have it there. The Winter Olympics still got 10 or 11 days left, something like that. So plenty of things in the Winter Olympics. If you sign up now as a new customer, you get $1,000 in bonus bets with the Oaklawn Sports app. Each of your first 10 days, they'll give you a bonus bet of $100 or more. All right, so that's all there with the Oaklawn Sports app. Speaking of Oaklawn, we're going to talk some racing with Lang Whitman. We'll do that as another weekend of racing. A long President's Day weekend of racing is coming up at Oaklawn. I know a lot of you are planning a Valentine's Day getaway. Maybe you're like me, you got an anniversary or a birthday on the horizon. If Gaston's isn't in your plans for this weekend, and there's still time to squeeze you in at Gaston's for this weekend, If you're trying to make those last-minute plans, plan that spring break getaway, that anniversary or birthday getaway at Gaston's White River Resort. 80 private cabins and lodges are available there, so you can get away and have some privacy. They're not hotel rooms. They're not in a lodge where someone's above you, to your left, your right, below you, making all kinds of noise. It's your own private cabin and lodge. Most have fireplaces. Most have full kitchens, so you can really relax and design your weekend the way you want it. Fishing should always be part of that weekend as well with one of their expert guides. 870-431-5202 is the number. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
It's Fast Break Friday on the Morning Rush, brought to you by QC Kinetix. Get real lasting relief from chronic joint pain.
Ahead to Billy Richmond for a one-hand slam. Taylor's got a run to his right, fires it to Brown. CJ caught it at the 10, gets into the end zone for a touchdown. What a throw by Green on the run. What a catch.
This is the Morning Rush.
Doe's Eat Place has been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years, and now they're offering smoked prime rib on the weekends. It's a limited supply, so get your reservations in early. Try one of their delicious appetizers or your choice of drinks from the area's largest selection of wine, beer, and liquor. Doe's Eat Place open Tuesday through Thursday 5 to 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming features and events. Call 479-784-9111 for Doe's Eat Place, 422 North 3rd Street in Fort Smith.
Has your spouse suddenly entered the transfer portal, going from a franchise player to a prima donna ready to take the money and run? Don't let her get away with a huge buyout. Be proactive and call Mock Legal Solutions today to ask about custody, alimony, and child support. 479-769-1505. Because even in divorce, the best offense is a good defense. Mock Legal Solutions, real advice, reasonable price.
I think we should start seeing other people.
Flu vaccines, both regular and high dose for seniors, are now available at Law's Drugstore in Fort Smith. Call 452-6116 to schedule your shot appointment. Usually there is no cost when covered by your insurance. Law's Drug has COVID vaccines, RSV vaccines for ages 60 plus. Pneumonia and tetanus shots are also available. Law's Drugstore, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Law's Drugstore, open 6 days a week to safely care for you and your family.
Presented by Central Hydraulics. When your equipment slows down, every minute matters. At Central Hydraulics, they keep your machines operating with the power and precision they were built for. From custom hydraulic hoses made while you wait to cylinder rebuilds, pump repairs, and hard-to-find parts, their technicians get you solutions you need. Fast, accurate, and done right the first time. Stop by 6104 Highway 271 in Fort Smith or call 479-646-0471. Whether it's a simple hose replacement or a major hydraulic repair, they're here to keep your equipment performing. Central Hydraulics, helping you move the world.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 4th Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
Ace has always been the helpful place, and now we're even more helpful by offering instant savings to Ace Rewards members. Not a member? Just sign up at Metters Lumber Ace Hardware to start saving right at the register. Right now, save $30 on select DeWalt 20-volt max tools or $20 on select Ego outdoor power equipment after instant savings with your Ace Rewards card. Ace, the helpful place. Must be an Ace Rewards member to receive instant savings. Available through the end of the month. See participating stores for details.
Hungry for a deal? Blue Ember Smokehouse is firing up the pits with specials you can't resist all week long in 2026. Kick off the week with Nacho Monday, your choice of slow smoked pork, chicken, turkey, or brisket piled high with all the fixins. Then keep the party going with Taco Tuesday. Grab brisket, pork, or chicken tacos starting at just $2.99. And that's just the start. Weekly specials can vary, so check your local Blue Ember for all the delicious deals we're serving up. Stop by and see us, or visit blueembersmokehouse.com. Blue Ember Smokehouse. Get smoked.
I tell
to me, it looks like it's going to be a two-horse race. Well, I do think we're going to have some longer odds today. Yeah, the best bet today.
Lang Whitman on the Morning Rush is brought to you by Brothers Roofing and Restoration, serving Arkansas since 1987. Call 479-353-3877 to get a free estimate and schedule your inspection today.
Well, weather's going to be a big part of our report this morning. Kind of going to be up and down over the weekend, and a long weekend it will be at Oakline. And we bring in Lang Whitman at the Railbird 333. Our horse racing update from Oakline, always brought to you by Brothers Roofing and Restoration. Looks like we could have some moments this weekend, Lang, where we have a sloppy track with some rain in the middle part of a long 4-day weekend at Oakline.
Yeah, we do have a 4-day weekend, a Friday through Monday weekend at Oakline this week. Next week, we'll start 5 straight weeks of Thursday through Sunday racing at Oakline. That's going to be more the norm here as we get into the spring. But today, here Friday, we have 10 races on the card. Saturday, as you mentioned, a sloppy track is highly likely. I see 90% chance of rain in the forecast, so the mud is going to be flying tomorrow at Oakland for 11 races, including the $150,000 Dixie Belle Stakes. A race looks to me to be between French Friction and Little Miss Curlin. Sunday, we move to 9-race card, and Monday, the President's Day holiday, 11 more races. The feature race is the $150,000 Ozark Stakes, where the highly thought of Ewing is going to be the favorite in that race.
You always give us a good long shot for the Friday card with maybe a little extra value on it. Who do you like today to start the weekend and maybe cash a real good ticket?
Yeah, I didn't really see anything for a best bet. I trusted enough to give out today, a 3-1, 4-1 horse. So we are going for a long shot today. We're going to race number 9 as the long shot pick of the day. Horse number 9. Summer Shoes at 12-1 on the morning line. Trainer Tom Swearengin sends out this 8-year-old mare with jockey Luis Quinones riding. Now, while she is an 8-year-old, she's only raced 18 times in her career, but has earned over $380,000 in those 18 starts. She last ran December 21st at Oakline, ran 7th, got beat 9 lengths, but that was her first race off a nearly 8-month layoff. So she did tire in the stretch. She needed that race maybe to lock in for a better run today. I'm looking for a better race from her today. And with her Oakland background of 16 career starts, 5 wins, 3 places. So 8 times out of her 16 starts at Oakland, she's been in the exacta. I believe a step forward is possible today. You can add in that there's no big favorite to beat in here, some dominant horse that she's going to have to run down. If you want to bet an exacta, maybe try to monetize your bets or your money even more, check out number 8, The Girl in Red, or number 11, Lady Astrid. Maybe you want to pair those in an exacta with number 9, Summer Shoes at 12-1 on morning line. My long shot pick of the day at Oakland.
All right, at the Railbird 333 on Twitter or X, Facebook, and other social media platforms. You can go to hitthatline.com and listen to Lang and our good friend Scott Blair with the Horse Right Here podcast and get ready for a full weekend at Oakland. Lang, good luck over the next 4 days, and we'll talk to you next Friday.
Sounds good. Hopefully we get this winner today and we'll have a little more money in our pocket.
There you go. All right, Lang Whitman with us every Friday. Brought to you by Brothers Roofing and Restoration, 479-353-3877, the number for Brother. If you are noticing spots on the ceiling or you know you've got some hail damage from a storm and you still haven't had your roof repaired, Brothers can do that for you. They're licensed and bonded, and you know, you can trust Brother when it comes to his crews and him getting the job done right. Top quality materials, so that you know it's going to last for decades when Brother puts a new roof on you for you as well. And they're all over Arkansas. 479-353-3877 for Brothers Roofing and Restoration.
All right, so halftime coming up next. Set up for this weekend. We'll have baseball for you tonight on most of these ESPN Arkansas stations, plus hitthatline.com. Basketball for you tomorrow, and then baseball for you on Sunday and Monday.
It's been a Fastball Fast Break Friday brought to you by QC Kinetix. 479-999-1234 is their number. They're right here in Northwest Arkansas. The sooner you start, the faster the pain goes away. 479-999-1234 for our friends at QC Kinetix.
Phil Elson, Matt Jones, Big C, coming up next.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936.